Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you'd like to see, remember to hit that like button. You want to see more? Hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Motorsport Manager, episode 66, third race of the season, coming off of our first ever Formula 1 win. Looking to repeat, but not expecting anything. We still have just the ninth. Oh my goodness. Prima has passed us. We have the worst car on the grid. Not likely to repeat last race. Absolute benefit of early season reliability. Absolute benefit of the new qualifying format, which is putting the top cars on used tires that aren't lasting long. And definitely benefited from race strategy in the rain. We're able to get a good run at the start. We're able to benefit from those who had to pit because of the tire issue and then stayed out to the right time, pitting to put on intermediates, which got us just to the end of the race, just 4 or 5% left tire wear wise from when we pit. That got us the race win. So don't expect a repeat, especially as we head to a very dry Dubai desert track. So we're the best, though, when it comes to the drivers, the staff, the sponsors, second in the pit crew behind Mercedes now, and that's purely depth, as my pit crew, thanks to another bonus during the off-season this year, I have a +4 to every stat category of all the drivers. So, like Waltrip here is actually a 14 on tires, but I have a +4 to all their stats, which means he's actually he's an 18. So that's been really the best investment that I've made throughout the history of this playthrough. Is getting that pit crew bonus 1 by 1 increased more and more. I think it's cost me maybe $2 million each time, roughly. So $8 million, just kind of spitballing a number here, but I think that's about what it was. So $8 million to get a perfect pit crew. 1.5 second stops is just insane on how fast that is. We need to get to Dubai before we do a quick look at the car. We continue to work on gearboxes. Our second one now, beginning with the third one, we'll start getting them onto the car. Now, we had our 2 brakes that were finished up before the last race, but they were nowhere near ready to get on the car. And reliability-wise, they're still not where they need to be, 77-70%. However, when you compare them to the ones that are on the car right now, 74 and 70%, well, comparatively, they're at the same level. So let's go ahead and fit some parts. And for the first time this year, we're going to get an upgrade onto the car. So Max right now, 16th fastest on the grid. Herda is 17th fastest on the grid, even though we are the slowest car on the grid. Between the even balance, we're ahead of a number of teams' second cars. Let's see if we can up that a little bit, though. Let's see, who has the better one now? Max does. So Max gets the better one over Colton. Or not, he's angry. No, he's unhappy. Really, I can't please either one of them. Let's see if I can do it somewhere else. Because there's a bigger gap. There is a bigger gap. Where can I give Colton an advantage? That didn't fix it. How about here? That didn't fix it. These are the same, so that's not going to help. Okay. Well, I don't like angry. Even though, what a boost. I mean, we're back up to 13th and 14th, which is where we were last race, by the way. I need Herda, actually. His morale is quite low. So I need to try to fix this. I really do. Let's try that one. plus 4, 14th. Still 13th, but unhappy. Minus 8. He's got 100% morale. His is like 55 or 60%, and a lot of it's been because of the setup so far. The last handful of races. So I don't like that he's unhappy, but that's going to have to do. Alright, so those are the breaks that are going to get us to the end of the season. So back into the improved parts section for a moment. We definitely want to get those to 100% in the near future. So I'll continue working on that. They'll be ready in a week. So before the next race. And actually, I can... No, well, I'll leave it there for now. But we'll, right after the race, I'll shift the slider a bit till it's done right around the beginning of that next race. And then we'll start working more so, instead of making one improvement per day, on actually getting those parts maxed out to their 1648 and 1688 potential, as those brakes are what we're going to finish the year on, and I'd like to get them up there. In fact, I'm going to just take a couple ticks now, just to help us out a little bit. Let's go to, that's still 8 days, 8 days, 8 days. Jumps to 11. Let's do 24 then. 8 days, that's fine. That cuts this down a little bit. That'll help that improve a little faster already at 1.2% per day now. Alright, so my bonuses have changed a little bit. Yes, I managed first in that last race, but that was totally unexpected. 10th is more likely. We could pick up as much as 800,000 if we get... Well, I don't want to qualify in the top 10. That would be a disaster, actually. But if we can at least get the race into the top 10, that's $400,000. We picked up 600,000 last time, and no, it didn't give me... I don't know how that worked, but we lost this much money at the end of the race. So, not sure. Bonus! Bonus! I paid out a bonus because I won the race. Max has a bonus in his contract. That's what it was. I lost like $4.5 million in the last race and was like, it was actually closer to $5 million. And it hurt the balance, but we did sign a new sponsor, and that's where this 10th or above one came in. Just a 4-race deal, $7 million right up front, and that helped that balance jump back up. Got to keep an eye on that one as we are bleeding money right now. But as I sign new sponsorship deals, it's keeping us up there. I'm not going to be able to buy a whole lot of new parts this season, so I got to be careful. All right, 19 laps. It's a short race, but it's a long track. So... I think softs are probably going to make it. So I definitely want 3. And I probably only need a couple mediums because it's 19 laps. I mean, so we're going to get an extra set of super softs for qualifying. Hard thing about having 2 really good drivers is trying to keep the cars equal and trying to keep them happy. I could probably do a little bit better if I had a lead driver and a second driver and just had the lead driver getting all the best parts and not worried about the other car as much. Be cheaper. I'd probably end up with slightly more points in the end by really focusing on one. And Colton Herta's a good driver. So it's sad. His form's low, his morale's low, because Max has been outperforming him with equal cars. But it's kind of fun to have, 2 drivers that that are worthwhile. So let's, I guess we're jumping straight in here. Let's see, how did I do on my prediction? 10 laps on Super Softs. So you could actually make a one-stopper on Super Softs work. Not even have to go to the softs. Which means I need 2 sets for the race. 1 set for practice. And 1 set for qualifying. So that's it. We're gonna use 1 set of we're gonna run Super Softs for the race. If they'll make it, why not? Or do I try to go mediums and never even stop? No, I think there's going to be enough pace and the Super Softs to make a one-stop the way to go. I think I would gain more than the time necessary on the mediums to not pit at all. Or do I? Well, I wouldn't be able to get a medium bonus. Well, yeah, I would. 1 for the bonus, 1 for the race. There's just such a huge speed bonus between the two. Oh, I'm going to go for the one-stopper on Super Softs. So this is it. This is it. I think we'll take the medium bonus as well, just in case. But I think I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it. Alright, still not a lot of weight stripping available to us. We'll get what we can out of it. Bunch of 77s. This 70 on the brakes makes me a little nervous, but I had a 70 in the last race, and it made it. The car just made it to the end. So same bonuses as last time. Again, we were working on those new brakes and getting those on the car, so we have a performance bonus there. Reliability-wise, though, we're struggling a little. A little later than expected by this point in the episode, but well, let's get these guys out there. Call off. Nope, race trim. Race trim matters more. It's 20 minutes. It's a long lap, so need to make sure we get what we need for the race ready to go. Ooh, both of them having to take the penalty here. Okay, speed up. Actually, you know what? I do not want to cook these tires because... Well, no, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay, setup not so bad. Thing is, I have no idea which direction to go, except the speed balance on the other car, like it was right here at the edge. So we're gonna try towards top speed, assuming that they're not gonna be on opposite ends as each other, which means the downforce should be the same direction. Low towards the edge there, and then that means the handling should be right about there. Max is actually even better off. 90% already. And I'm going to make the same, same assumptions here. Handling. Okay. Adjustments made. Heading back out on the track. And go fight for some setup. And we head back in. Hey, downforce. Opposite direction. Interesting. Okay, so that was good. Probably between the O and the W will be about where we want to be. Okay, we went from great to great. And we went from good to good. So speed balance is actually probably where I want it. The handling, not sure. I've got to make an adjustment though, so we'll try to go that way. Otherwise, I don't find anything out. Oh, look at that, Max. Getting close. Getting close. 95%. Excellent. Excellent. Or as Montgomery Burns would say, excellent. Oh, that wasn't very good. I could do that better. Anyway. Downforce. Downforce. Okay, back the other direction. Middle of the N. Middle of the N. Yes. No! Why did you shift? There we go. You stay on race trim. Oh, wait. Max is so dang close that he is staying out. Herta's still got a ways to go on his setup, so we will bring him back in right away. Max is going to stay on track for a little while, so go ahead and turn up that engine mode and run some hot laps. Where are you? Where are you? Okay, still not getting there. Herta having a hard time finding the setup. We're up to 91%. We were at 89 the first time. So we've gone to the wrong way on the handling, or much too far, actually. How the heck did I go that far off and not notice that I'd gone that far off? Downforce is quite close, though. So let's make another small adjustment. We were good. We're great. I don't know what's going to get us there. We definitely need to come back to the left as we've gone much too far on the handling. And I don't think that's going to be good either. Okay, we'll try that. That's better looking. Let's see what that does for us. Still one lapper for Colton. Meanwhile, Max is actually running some laps. Colton heads back out on track. Still doing those one-lappers to get that setup right, so we'll keep an eye on Max for now. 9/10 of a second off the pace on the first sector, but he's on well-used super softs. And with a very full load, 12 laps, I mean, that's 2/3 of a race load right there. But on neutral, the tires are actually heating up a little bit, so it is warm. Max about to finish his first lap. 1.4 seconds off the pace. That's actually not too shabby. That's good for 9th place right now. With that heavy fuel load, engine turned up, but not pushing things. That's not that bad. Used tires. That's 2 seconds down though. That's yeah. Representative wise, that's not gonna be much. Those other guys are gonna pick up a lot of time. 93%. Oh my goodness. Okay, well I got speed balance figured out. I finally got something. Speed balance is on. We're still just good on handling, which means I very much need to go the other direction. And we're up to great. We were already at great, so we need to go a little more. And speed balance right where I want it. Handling, back towards great. In the middle between them, okay, we'll see how that does. Now, we are getting close to the bonuses. I'm going to go ahead and switch things up. We're going to put you on the qualifying. And I'm going to put you on those mediums because I'm still debating whether maybe I put one car on the no-stop strategy. And since we're just about there on level 3 bonuses, Max, we'll just keep him out there to get it. Max has run how many laps? Not that many. And he's only on his second hot lap, which means he's on his third lap since he left pit lane. And the tires are overheating that quickly. Do I want to let him run a lap this time? Let's cool you down a bit. There you go. We're going to let Herta run for a lap anyway. Not quite there on the bonuses yet. Very, very close. Might have to go one more lap to get it. Yep, one last lap for Max. And there it is. Just as he started the lap. And it takes a minute and a half to get around. So that's a little sad that we're losing that out. Go ahead and attack since you're coming back in. Herta, meanwhile. First ever hot lap finally. With just 8 minutes left in the session. Mediums, but on qualifying trim. Let's go ahead and go to overtake here. Let's go ahead and attack and see how you can do here at the end of the lap. Just in the final sector. Yeah, that was quicker. Brought him almost up to his teammate. We're going to go bring in this time. Max is almost back. There we go, there's pit road. Alright. Triple excellent for Max. 99%. So that is what I wanted. Now, we're going to switch to qualifying. 3 laps. And we'll put you on those mediums. And go grab some bonuses. I'm going to keep you neutral. We'll see how that one goes for us. Herta's still got quite a ways to go to get back, so let's speed up. Oh my goodness. Oh, we just cannot lock down a strategy for him. 94% is all. He's just not liking the car today. Speed balance has shifted by the tiniest margin. So we need to come to the left. Okay, now what about handling? That was great. That was great. And that was good. So we're going the wrong direction. We need to come back to the left on handling. Okay, I think that's going to be as close as we're going to get. Now, downforce. What the heck is going on? Good. That was great. That was great. But we're back to good. So we need to... We've been going too far. We need to go the opposite direction here. Now, back to what have we done? Still need this. Okay. Killing me, Colton. You're going to make it really hard to get these bonuses. We're done with Max till the end of the race. Or the end of the practice. Colton, though. I feel like I still need to bring him back in. Setup is priority number 1. Ha! There we go. Ha ha! Finally, 98%. That'll do. Let's go get some bonuses. Okay, both guys running full speed till the end, and there they are, neck and neck, Max and Colton Herta out on track together. Max going a little bit faster. Level 2 bonus. Not sure we're going to get to level 3. 1 minute left in the session. Not sure they're going to get another lap in them. Are they going to make it? Are they going to make it? They both made it, and there we go, level 3 bonus. Ooh. Both cars just getting across the start-finish line in time to get the extra lap and get the 3rd bonus on both the tires and the qualifying trim. And getting their setup right. Both cars, difficult time finding the setup here in Dubai. But we head now into qualifying. And again, with the idea in mind that I'm going to at least one car, if not both cars, go for a one-stopper on Super Softs, meaning I need 2 sets of Super Softs for the race, theoretically for both cars. So I have a feeling that I might put Colton Herta on mediums and go for a no-stopper with him and go for the one-stopper with Max. Be bold, try 2 strategies, see if it pays off for one or both to get us up into the points. So, looking at tire choices, if Max is going to do a one-stopper, he's got one set of slicks, that's it. One set of Super Softs for qualifying. I don't want to mess with the other 2. But if Colton is going to go for a no-stopper, which I've never done before, and I think there isn't a rule. I think you can have a 0-stop race. That would mean I would actually have 3 sets for qualifying. So, Herta... But it also depends on my pace on whether I can get out of the session or not. So Herta, I might be running a little bit earlier here in the session to see what kind of time he can get. See if we can get out of Q1. Which would mean I need another set for Q2. We're not going to get to Q3. That's not happening. But we're dry. Grip's going to pick up. Colton's going to go at, I don't know, 7 minutes. We'll go at 7. Or now. Let's do it. Let's get out there. Oh. Okay. Get this going. Slow down. Speed up. Boy, they're not heating up very fast, which is weird because they heat up so fast in practice. Okay. Speed up. Long straight here. Long straight. And braking zone. Ease off, cool those brakes down. Okay, through the chicane. Still, this is a difficult section to try to get the tire temps up. And we're there, perfect, and overheated. Not happy about that part, but okay. Track, Of course, dry grip going up, yeah. Plenty of time to get Max out there, so I will wait. That thing is though I want to get... We'll see what kind of time we have. 1.1 is the threshold, 0.4 of a second. We're not getting out of Q1. Means... Max, I better get you out on track and get your lap in. Herda about to finish his lap. He goes 16th fastest. That's actually faster than I expected. He's not the slowest. That's where I expected him to be. So tire temps almost where they need to be. Heading into the braking zone though. Still a little cold, so it's going to be really hard to get this last little bit. Especially without cooking the brakes too much. A little cold. They're closer to neutral, but they're not where they needed to be. I thought I could get the tire temps at least into the good and keep the brake temps about where they're at. Closer to middle. I'll see if that pays off at all for Max. Herda still not back to the pits. As soon as he gets back, I'll have to send him out just about right away. I mean, he's going to get one more shot at it. More grip. Maybe he'll go a little faster. Max... Also, half a second down on that first sector. Herda, come on. There we go, send up. One more go. We're going to try the mediums on you. Keep an eye on this time here. Okay, 0.9 of a second behind. That's going to be really difficult for Max to get anything to get top 15 there. But I don't have the tires anyway, so it's okay. He's outside of the top 17. I don't know what 18th position. Oh, same thing here. So close to that line on the tire temps to be good. Just a little hot. And let's speed up. Last 30 seconds. Just run. Run it out. White. So, tire temps apparently mattered more. So he was off pace. And Verstappen drops to 20th. So he's going to start from dead last. Herda gets 17th at least. He'll be running the medium zero-stop strategy, while Verstappen is going to try to run a one-stop strategy on Super Sauce. We're going to get to that race here in just a moment. I'm going to speed through the session here to make up some time, as I'm almost 10 minutes slower than I should be right now. So we got the Williams, Toro Rossos, both make it into Q2. Prima also getting out. So who the heck got knocked out in Q1 besides myself? Force India, one of them. Ocon, out in Q2. Yeah, where are we at? Oh, Renault. Okay, both Renaults are in between us. So they're the slow ones today. Alright, for the pole position, the big six, plus one McLaren, one Toro Rosso, and both Williams cars shooting out for the pole. 2 minutes to go. Gata on provisional pole. Last chance, and they're white. They're all white on this run. they don't have that extra set of tires, unlike in real life. So Goddard gets pulled. Norris misses out by 6 milliseconds. Newgarden is going to be third. So Goddard gets pulled this time over Lando Norris. All right, 10th or above, 200,000. That's right. It splits the bonus in half. Half for qualifying, half for the race. So very small number, but hey, 200,000 in real life. Hey, I could really use 200,000. Not sure about you, but that sounds like a nice chunk of change, doesn't it? Okay, we're splitting their strategy. Colton Herta is going for the mediums and the race trim. Max is going to go for the super softs and the race trim. And then we are going to go for it. Mediums to the end of the race. Alright. Both want a good start, but we got to make sure we don't overheat those tires. Max especially is going to have to drop off sooner. Alright, so we're in Dubai. And look at that tire wear. Look at that tire wear. These guys are all going to have to pit, and they're not going to be able to. Margasov, too, especially. And Sainz, and Harrell, and Van Dorn. Merlinen in 11th, starting on used super softs. Savan and Ocon. Fuoku on used super softs. So Nordstrom and Diaz Sanchez are on the mediums. And Nakashita, I don't know if they're going to try to go to the distance or not. But in terms of one-stop strategy, Max Verstappen is the only one on fresh super softs. So he could benefit from that. The others are going to have to go to softs or something else. 5 red lights in Dubai are up, and they're out. Herta, slow start. Slow start, that's a bit of a stutter, but he is on mediums. But then he's got open room and is able to jump a bunch of cars and get to 15th before the first corner, and then 14th after that. Verstappen, though, slow start from him. He made a mistake. He made a huge mistake. I don't know what happened to Max Verstappen, but he is 4 seconds behind already. So, an absolute stunner from Max Verstappen ruins his race strategy. Meanwhile, Herta is in P13 on the zero stopper on the mediums. Just 3 seconds down here so far as we approach the end of lap number 1. No action to take for the moment, so let's speed things up. I'm way behind on time as he tries to make a run on Carlos Sainz Jr. on those used, very used, super soft tires. Front stretch or this stretch are where you want to use ERS. Here we might do a little something here as we come through. See what kind of time gap you gain. Not much from it. Max, let's go ahead and try to catch you up on the front stretch. Let's go times 4 for now. There we go. Max catching back up. But what a waste because we're all the way down in 20th. Herta was battling for 12th, but now finds himself in P14. ERS already used up. That's not good. He didn't even gain anything, and we gotta go conserve here. Tire. Oh my goodness. What am I doing? Tires. It's lap 4, and their tires are both. They're cooking the tires. Not good. Terrible strategy on my part. That's a big mistake. Max is up to P19, so he's finally getting somewhere. And actually, P20 is Harrell. Harrell has already pit. A lot of these guys are pitting now. And fixing parts, Van Dorn and Sainz, both fixing parts. So, there you go. Verstappen up to 16th. Herta is 11th. Max Big slew of cars right in front. Can we get an overtake on the front here? We get one. We get the Renault. So we're ahead of Marilainen. He takes us right back. Driving conserve is just not doing us any good right now. Herta, though, is hanging on well, despite being on the mediums, so that's good. He is behind Nordstrom now, though. Up to P9 as more cars of that front group all pit. Lando Norris also fixing a part here. It's already lap 7 as I'm running at a faster pace than is normal to try to kind of make up some of what is lost. But those cars at a pit are well behind. So Max, lap 7, 44%. Let's try to run neutral. Let's see if that continues to heat up or if we're going to stay okay. Schumacher and Marilainen are pitting. Schumacher fixing a part. And we're up to 6th and 9th now. Again, Herta's trying to go to the end of this race. So benefiting greatly from those that have pit already, but some of them are going to go the distance. Gata gets around, so Max hasn't even pit yet and already passed by a Red Bull. 36%, lap 9. We've got one more lap to go. And we're overheating. Herta's up to 5th right now. Slow this down a little bit for now, and we've made up a lot of the time that we needed to make up. This time we can go to push, and let's go ahead and back off for a little bit here. Ferrari of Joseph Newgarden is looking to overtake. This is our time to pit, so our one and only stop of the entire race, as Max is the only one who's going to make a stop today. So we'll ride with Max throughout this lap and through his pit stop, and then we'll get on board with Colton Herta. So at this point in time, theoretically, Max should be ahead of Herta because of the strategy. Going on super softs, he should have been faster, but he made the mistake at the start of the race and dropped so far back that he's already behind and now has to pit and is going to lose half a minute. So today's race absolutely is Colton Herta's race. It's a good stop. 1.7 seconds, though, is actually a little bit slow for them, but he comes out in P15. P15, so that's not bad. So P15 for him, and he is good to go till the end of the race, but everybody around him are the fastest cars, and yeah, so not good on that part. Herta is going to have to conserve fuel here at some point. We're going to have to back off. He's in P5. The 4 cars, well, 3 of the 4 cars ahead of him will have to pit. Gata is going to get around here. No point trying to defend that. So P6. I think Herta is on his way, though, to a top 10 finish. Savanen, Valdez, Ocon all have to pit. Gata probably going to make it to the end. Nordstrom's going to make it to the end. But at the moment, that would be P3. And a pretty good gap behind him. I think he'll hold off most of those cars. Okay, it's time to start conserving fuel. 7 laps remaining. Max P15 still, and the tires are actually heating up. We use some ERS on the backstretch again, and we'll get back with Herta as he's the guy today. Max looks like he's going to be outside of the top 10 by the end of this race. He just does not have enough pace to pass them, even with the tires. His fuel is now good to go. And Herta, front stretch here, moves up to P4. P4. He just flew around Savanen as they came out of the pits, and Newgarden was in the, or somebody, I think Savanen, as he came out of the pits, but here comes some of those faster cars. P4 for Colton Herta. Again, though, too many fast cars behind him are going to drop him down the order a bit. but only a bit. Only a bit. He should finish in the top 10, theoretically. Gained another spot. So, the cars around him now all should be good to go to the end of this race. As he is currently in P4, Savanen is ahead. Nordstrom, Gata are ahead. Gata probably cruising to victory in this race, especially with Norris and Schumacher so far behind. And Margasov all the way down in 10th. The Ferrari here of Newgarden gets passed. And the Renault of Nakashita, that's one I should be fighting off. It's because we were neutral and conserve that they have caught us. So we're going to have to get back ahead of Nakashita here at some point. Fuel load is now almost fine. Max is actually up to P14. Oof, engine. Just a few laps left. 19%. You got nothing to lose though, so let's go for it a little bit. You got enough fuel to do that. Okay, Herta is in 6th. Oh, they're pitting! They are pitting! Oh, thank you. They're not making it. They're not making a zero-stop race work. We still can. 31%. Let's go back to conserve. We'll save that fuel for the last lap or so. So P5. Nordstrom still hanging in there. Giovinazzi is the next car behind, just over a second back. And again, we are slow. We are definitely slow compared to the other cars. And I don't have a whole lot of ERS to make something happen. 2 laps remaining. ERS is now gone, and I think I can go high mode from here on out. We'll also be able to push at the end those tires as we've made them last. 27%, 2 laps to go. Let's go back to neutral at least here. 5th place. Max is up to 13th. Low. Shoot, I don't want to lose the position, and that's not good. It's the last lap, by the way. Last lap. Let's just go push. And we're going to turn this up to overtake. 5th place. Gotta gets the win. And push to the end. Meanwhile, it is time for you to attack and overtake. 14th. We held off Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari at the end. Lando Norris did get us. So P5 and P14. Max, I would have liked to have brought him in and fixed those parts so that we wouldn't have to waste the time after the race to repair them, as it's likely going to take upwards of 2 days to fix that car. But I needed to maintain the position for the chairman happiness. I'm afraid of losing that chairman happiness right now. Yeah, 5th place and 0 stops. I don't think there's going to be a penalty. We'll see. No rules broken. So 10 points for Colton Herta here in the second race of the season. Another third race of the season. Another good points haul for 2 races in a row as we manage a top 5. Bo Nordstrom for Force India, meanwhile, for the 3rd race in a row, has a top 4 finish. He's had a win, a 4th place, and a 2nd place. He's really making the strategy work for him, even better than us, as he was about 6 seconds ahead of Colton Herta, who started a few positions behind Nordstrom. Or 1 position behind Nordstrom, so they started just about together. We did get back ahead of Diaz Sanchez, or stayed ahead of Diaz Sanchez, who also made the zero-stop work. Max, on his one-stopper, well, doesn't really gain anything because everybody else was on a one-stopper. The cars that were behind him, fixed parts. Other than, I think Valdez was it's hard to tell if he was just slow. And the Renault of Nakashita might be the only other one that Max actually beat racing. But remember, he made that mistake right at the beginning that really, really hurt his race strategy. He should have been ahead of Herta at the end of the first lap and should have been 10 seconds clear. Never did. He ended up 19 seconds behind his teammate. Pit delta, right? 24, 25 seconds. So, on the different strategy, on the faster tire, Max Verstappen only was about 5 seconds faster than his teammate on a much faster tire. So that mistake, very costly. But even then, he was only about 10 seconds faster. So he was in the back. He was in traffic. That does hurt. Meanwhile, Colton Herta ran up front and ran well. After 3 races, we still are in 3rd place in the Constructors, which is fantastic. It's not going to last, but this qualifying format really is a factor in why Mercedes and Ferrari aren't on top. Red Bull, though, they're finding a way. They've got 63 points, now move ahead of Force India to lead the Constructors' Championship. I think before the end of the season, Mercedes and Ferrari, they'll figure it out. They'll get their wins, they'll get their points, they'll move up, they'll be the top 3. But the race, it's going to be much, much closer, top to bottom. The ones that I need to watch out for, Renault, Prima, and Toro Rosso are 7th, 8th, and 9th right now. Williams is better than they have been. However, the qualifying format, they're making it into the top 10. Barely. And then the race strategy, because of the tires, they're dropping further back. So Williams could be near the bottom this season. So then, who am I really racing? Well, the midfield of Force India and McLaren, who are good enough to get into the top 10, but also good enough to occasionally miss out on the top 10 and then win some races, like Force India. See, that's the thing. Force India has been right around that 11th or 12th, and then they're benefiting from the tires. That's what they've done in real life as well, to be that near the best of the rest, as they often will get 11th or 12th, sometimes even intentionally 11th or 12th, so that they can start and get the better race strategy out of missing outside of the top 10 ever so slightly, and then get all those free positions when the top 10 have to pit early. And they're doing it here to perfection. I think my direction at this point, with 15 rounds left in the championship, is still going to be backwards. I'm not going to finish in 3rd place. Mercedes and Ferrari for sure will finish ahead of me. But can I take 5th or 6th this season? Maybe. All right, well, that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my Road to the Record. Bye for now.